So part one, let's determine how much you currently earn per hour. What's your current hourly rate? So first question, how much do you currently earn every year per annum, taking into account all bonuses, etc.? What's your annual income? Now, I want you to divide that figure by the number of weeks that you currently work every year. So if you work 46 weeks a year, divide your number by 46. And then divide that 46 by the number of days a week that you currently work. So let's assume you're currently working 5 days a week or 5.5 days a week. Whatever that figure is, divide your number of weeks by your number of days. Now I want you to divide your number of days figure by the number of hours per day that you currently work. So if you work 5 hours a day, or I was going to say 25 hours a day, 5 hours a day or 15 hours a day, figure out how much you currently earn per hour. All right, now part two. I want you to work out the amount that you wish to earn in the next 12 months, taking into account all bonuses, etc. So this is your desired income result. This is your desired income goal that you're looking to achieve. Okay? Now divide that number by the number of weeks that you currently work, and divide that number again by the number of days in a week that you currently work, and then divide that figure by the number of hours in a day that you work. And so how much do you need to earn per hour to achieve your desired income goal? And now what I want you to do is work out the difference between what you want to earn per hour and what you're currently earning per hour. So how much is the dollar gap per hour between what you're currently earning and your desired earnings goal? All right, so now that you've determined the gap between how much you value your time and how much you're actually delivering, it's important that you understand that really the gap between your current earnings per hour and your desired earnings per hour result is not a function of effort. We're not talking here about how hard you're working. Rather, it's a function of productive effort. I'm not questioning the amount of hours that you devote to your role. I'm putting the blowtorch on what you do with those hours. How many truly productive hours do you really work in a day? This is a quality question, not a quantity question. So the question is, what is really productive time? Well, let me maybe share with you a powerful lesson that I received from my own business coach 4 years ago in regards to this question of productive time. So I'm in his office during one of his coaching sessions one morning, and I asked him how he managed to get so much done. I mean, a very successful man. And so rather than simply coming out and telling me, like any good coach, he gave me some homework to do before our next session together. And so what he did was he told me to go and set the alarm on my mobile phone for 1 hour. Then he told me to go and work only on building profit during the next 60 minutes, nothing else. You get that? So I set my alarm for 1 hour, and I was only to work on profit building activities for the full hour. Well, I've got to tell you, I really struggled at first. I needed to go to the bathroom, I needed to get a hot drink, I felt the need to check my emails, I had a newsletter that was halfway completed that I wanted to finish. There were all these little distractions which kept getting in the way of me working 1 full hour, firing on all cylinders, working on nothing else other than profit building activities. And that, dear sales leader, is what productive time is all about. Productive time is the time that is focused on directly generating income. And so, what percentage of the time are you productive? You know, it's fascinating to note that in a recent study of Fortune 500 CEOs, they estimated that they only invested between 28 and 38 productive minutes a day. In other words, these very busy executives only invested around half an hour a day on profit building activity. That's pretty incredible, isn't it? And when you consider your role and what you pay to do, truthfully, how much productive time do you really invest in income generation? So let's be real here. Productive time doesn't simply just magically happen. You have to be focused and disciplined, and you have to consciously create it. How much time last week did you spend on quote-unquote maintenance issues rather than on generating profitable income? As the individual who is charged with the responsibility for generating sales revenue, the most productive thing that you can do at any one time is increase the profitable sales revenue generation of your sales team. Think about that. What's the most productive thing that you can do? Is to increase the profitable sales revenue generation of your sales team. Now, you may well be a critical component of that team, but as the sales leader, the most productive thing that you must be doing with your time is to increase the profitable revenue generation of your sales team. So let's discuss you and the number of truly productive hours that you work a day. Do you work 1 hour of productive time a day? 2 hours? What's your most conservative estimate at this point? My guess is, unless you've really focused on maximizing your productive time before, based on my experience, I would have to assume that if you're really honest with yourself, you probably work no more than 2 hours of productive time a day. Now, remembering that we're talking about productive time being the time you invest on increasing the profitable sales revenue generation of the sales team only. So let's be clear. We're not talking here about, say, writing a report that your boss needs for his next executive meeting. Nor are we talking about, say, a meeting that you've had with your logistics manager to discuss merchandise delivery issues. We're not discussing customer complaints, nor are we talking about fielding general rep queries from the field. We're only talking about activities that directly relate to increasing the profitable sales revenue generation of the sales team. So, as an exercise, let's review all that you do looking through this window of the most productive thing time. So take a look at your to-do list from the last 3 days and looking at all the time you spent working, how much real time was invested doing the most productive thing, meaning increasing the profitable sales revenue generation of your sales team. Now, I want you to be really self-critical in your estimate. Imagine I was sitting right there with you, questioning every little detail. Imagine that I was scrutinizing everything that you did through this window of the most productive thing. Imagine that whatever you presented to me, I peeled it back, dug down deep, asking you all the tough and searching questions, all with a view to checking what you did measured against increasing profitable sales revenue generation of the sales team. So be tough on yourself. Stop what you're doing right now. Stop right now and do this exercise. And let's see how many truly productive hours you've worked in the last 3 days. Remember, I'm not suggesting all the other things that you had on your plate are not important and shouldn't be done. That's not what we're looking at here. We're simply looking at your last 3 days of work as an average and the amount of time that you actually invested in doing the most productive thing possible. Do this exercise now. All right, done? So, how did you fare? How many hours do you really invest in working in that